Being fat sucks. I feel like I have to preface this video by saying I hold nothing against fat people. I was one myself after all. But I feel like it's delusional to think that there aren't issues and inconveniences you are far more likely to experience if you are slightly or severely overweight. Just for context, I was never actually fat by American standards. I was just very chubby, which did make me fat by Asian standards. I was not always fat. When I was young, I must have had the body of Wolverine. The power of being young and being Asian must have combined forces to have my body working 24/7 to maintain my nice skinny physique. I distinctly remember as a kid bragging about how skinny I was. Oh, you want to be able to distinguish me from my brother, huh? Well, just keep in mind that I'm the skinny one. But over time, as I kept eating fast food multiple times a week, my body would eventually slow down their hard work and go on strike or something, and before I knew it, I became Homer Simpson. I was no longer skinny. But like any addict, I was in denial that I had any problem because compared to me, my best friend in middle school was practically Peter Griffin. So I just kept moving forward in my life, all the way through high school where I officially became the fat Asian kid. And let me tell you, it ain't easy being meaty. You wanna know what sucks about being fat? The fact that you can't help but constantly worry about people judging you. Luckily, I live in America, so people rarely ever bullied me for my weight. But that didn't stop me from making myself feel like shit anyways, alright? Going to buy a burger always felt so humiliating. I'd always feel like mumbling under my breath when ordering my shit in hopes that the guy would just catch my drift and go, "So, let me get this straight. You ordered 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda." And I go, "What? No, is that what you heard? Sure, whatever, let's just go with that." Sometimes I'd even intentionally dress radically different each time I went to try and make it seem like I wasn't being a gluttonous pig and eating fast food every other day. I had so many crushes in high school, but I never took my shot because I thought, bruh, she ain't trying to date no 200+ pound no air fryer having ass bitch. But luckily, I don't have to feel like a worthless dork anymore. I have an air fryer now. Sometimes I'd hold in my breath when I got winded from going up the stairs or a hill because I thought, I can't let them know that I'm out of breath right now. They're just gonna think I'm some big chungus head ass plaque arteries cholesterol vein loser, dude. During middle school and high school PE, when we'd have to go into the boys' locker room and change, I'd always be so embarrassed to take off my clothes and expose my damn muffin top in front of everyone in my tidy Walter Whiteys. All of that aside, one of the main things that kinda stung from being fat was the constant roasting from my family members. My family isn't American. They're all for the most part pure-blooded Koreans, and they didn't hold back when it came to my weight. Every single time we go on a get-together with my extended family, the first thing they'd always say to me is, "Wow, 우리 민식이는 뭐 똥땡이잖아." Without fail, they'd always say this to me every single time. The only reason it wasn't as bad as it could have been was that my cousin was way fatter than me. So I'd always take solace in the fact that at least I wasn't the fattest in the family. But of course, thanks to Newton's damn law of equilibrium, this was countered by the fact that my brother is some sort of fitness aficionado. As a kid, people always distinguished me from my brother based on how skinny and short I was. But later in my life, that changed to me being the one that was fatter. But hey, upside is that I'm the taller one now. Being fat was a byproduct of my laziness, and I knew it. I was the fat loser who took over 30 minutes to run a mile, who was so fat that he can't do a single push-up, the one who can't walk up the stairs without losing his breath. I'm no psychologist, but I think this is where my ego started to form. I'm not gonna front with you guys. I was a massive asshole when I was younger. I'll probably make an entire video about it one of these days, but long story short, I was like the Micah Bell of that fat Asian kid. Because I felt so inferior about myself, I started to look down on other people who I perceived as worse or below me. "Oh, you're fatter than me, huh?" What a loser, dude. "Oh, you can't even draw the basic human anatomy with correct proportion? You can't even handle drawing a basic hand pose? What a useless moron." "Oh, you're peanut." Granted, I never actually said this to anyone out loud, but I was always certainly thinking it in my head, and some of that probably slipped out as passive aggression in normal conversation. And even during those times, I knew I was being a pathetic loser and all, and I wanted to change, but it just never felt like it was right. I thought if I started working out, my family would just make fun of me for it. "Oh, you're exercising? That's so funny. A fat ass trying to work out. Oh, you want to eat healthy? That's so weird." And I knew these were irrational fears and were very unlikely to happen, but I guess just Deep down, I felt too comfortable and too used to my worthless existence. I didn't change because my pathetic life became my normal life. And at some level, I didn't mind that because I thought I deserved it. I even thought that becoming fat was only natural. This may sound blasphemous to some of you at home, but I don't particularly like food. I know it's the cool thing to say. I love food. My entire life is food, bro. I couldn't get through a single day without eating some puss. Honestly, if I didn't have to eat ever again, I could probably go a couple of months or years without a craving for a nice cheeseburger. But I just kept eating and eating until my body just naturally gave up trying to keep me skinny, and I thought I just had to deal with being a fat ass for the rest of my life. It took a long time of constant mockery from my family and constant self-pressuring until it was too much for me. Every single day, every single time I'd walk up to a mirror and take a good look at myself, I had to ask what exactly I was looking at. A fat, pimple-faced loser. That's not what I wanted to be. So, I did something about it. I channeled my inner All Might and put myself through a training montage. I started doing the Saitama training regimen, no joke. I did 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't even know how long 10 kilometers even is, dude. I just walked outside for an hour and called it a day. But eventually, I took it to the next level and began my Pokemon adventure, and I went to the gym. Now, there were a million reasons why I didn't immediately go to a gym before. One reason was that since I knew I was a lazy cretin, I was afraid I'd just quit early midway into my journey and just end up wasting my parents' money. Another reason is I didn't want huge alpha sigma male muscle-bound chads all around me judging me for my gamers and 2030 looking ass body. But like any real American should, I pulled myself up from my bootstraps and I got a gym membership. And I still go to the gym every weekday to this day. And I am happy to report that I went from weighing 225 pounds to 160 in a matter of months. I mean, I kinda slacked off in recent times and I'm kinda pushing 180 now, but at least I ain't no damn Asian Homer Simpson anymore. All of that being said, if you are an overweight person watching this video and want to change and make a difference in your life and your weight, then I suggest you look for professional help because you aren't going to get any quality advice from me. All I can really say is that I've been there. I've felt like I was powerless to change my life as well. I know it can seem like sometimes, once a fat kid, always a fat kid, and I am here to tell you that without a shadow of a doubt that that is not true. You have the power to make a choice for the better in your life. You don't need a degree in nutrition or a fitness connoisseur's knowledge of working out most efficiently. All you need is the motivation to learn and grow, and to put in all the effort you can muster out of your body to get to a reasonable goal you've set for yourself. And hopefully, if you've placed your cards right, you'll have made a huge difference for the better, for yourself. Really quick before you guys go, I've made a Patreon! You guys can go ahead and click the link in the description and donate to me directly to support this channel and my content. The first tier available is the $3 tier. The next $5 tier will net you early access to my upcoming videos before they are publicly released on YouTube. The final $20 tier will grant you everything in the previous tiers and a verbal thank you from me in my next upcoming videos. So, once again, if you guys are interested, go ahead and donate to me right now. It would mean the world to me.